All right, so let's take a look at this problem number 10. Cindy has scores of 72, 82, 83, and 89 on her biology tests. All right, use a compound inequality to find the range of scores that she can score on her final exam to receive a C in the course. The final exam counts as 2 tests, and a C is received if the final course average is from 77 to 84. All right, so we want to let x equal um, Cindy. She'd get mad if I spelled her name wrong. Cindy's final exam score. Now, don't let that word final appears twice. I see it as the final exam and final course average. I would just call it the course average so that you don't get those two mixed up if I were you. All right, now that course average needs to be a value that's between 77 and 84. This x is not a course average, so I can't sit here and say that x needs to be between 77 and 84 because that's comparing apples and oranges. It doesn't make sense to compare to say that this x is less than 84. This is the final, you know. So what we need to do is in the middle here needs to be her course average. Well, how do you determine an average? You determine an average by adding up all the values divided by the number of values that you added up. All right, so let's find her average test scores. She scored a 72. She scored a 72, an 82, an 83, an 89 on her tests through the regular semester. Her final exam score is X, and we don't know what that is. So here's her final exam, but we have to be careful. It says in here the final exam counts as 2 tests. So I have to add in another X to make it count as 2. Well, now we divide by how many tests there are to find the average. There were 4 tests, and even though the final is technically 1 test, it's counted as 2 tests. So I have, how many scores do I have? 4 plus 2. I have 6 scores. Now this is the class average. This number is going to determine what Cindy's grade in the class, and she wants to make sure that she scores well enough on this X that she comes out of here with a C. So she needs to be between 77 and 84. Now let's assume that if she gets the 77, that's the lowest C that she can get, and that if she gets an 84, that's the highest C that she would, lower than 77, you're going to get a grade worse than C, and bigger than 84, you're going to get a grade better than C. All right, so what we need to do is solve this inequality for X. So these numbers, let's add up these 4 numbers first of all. All right. So 72, and 82, and 83, and 89. I get 326. And x plus x, well, that's 2 x's. And whatever number this fraction represents, we want it to be between 77 and 84. All right. Let's shrink this up, give me some room to work. Step by step, I need to isolate this x. So the first thing that I need to do is get rid of this division by 6. The opposite of dividing by 6 is to multiply by 6. So I'm going to multiply 77 by 6. When I multiply this fraction by 6 that's in the middle here, I get rid of the 6 that I wanted because 6 divided by 6 is 1. They cancel. All right. So now I'm a little bit closer to getting this x by itself, but I still have a ways to go. Let's subtract 326 everywhere, and that will get rid of this 326. So if we subtract 326 here, and we subtract 326 here, and we subtract 326 here, this inequality will still be a true statement. So I'm going to use my calculator to figure out what this number is. 6 times 77 is the 462, but then I'm subtracting 326, and I'm getting 136. Okay, and when I take 6 times 84, 504, but remember I'm subtracting 326 from that. 178. Okay. So now I've almost got this x by itself that I wanted. I need to divide by 2 so that 2 divided by 2 is 1. So I need to divide by 2 everywhere in order to keep this inequality a true statement. So let's shrink this up. So we've got 136 that's being divided by 2, like 68 probably. Yeah. 68 and 178 divided by 2, 89. So she's got a pretty nice range of target here. If she scores 68, or if she scores between 68 and 89, including those endpoints, that she's going to get her C in the class. So this is what they wanted. All right, I hope that helps, and I hope it wasn't too boring or too long. Talk to you later.